Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We appreciate you being here. It is Tuesday, the start of a new week. That's when my week starts. Tuesdays, I'm going to try to give you guys a rundown on the previous week, give you a little bit of details about my life. There are more and more people watching. I want to thank you for that. So we're going to get right into it right now. So, like some of you may know, I manage a restaurant. It's in Maryland. 2 days a week, I get to go to see my mom and dad, and I get my little girl. Well, that's just where we stay. I could bring her down here, but it's really far away from her school and everything, so no bueno. So I get to go hang out with my mom and papa. You know, they get to see Nora. She's 5. Coolest little girl ever. It was a good week with her. We got a lot of stuff planned for next week. I'm going to post some videos. We're going to this crazy jungle gym place. It's like a discovery zone, whatever. But me and the ex-wife are cool this week. I'll take that. That is a heads up. Work is going good. Life is going good. These videos are going good. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to a guy that left a comment. I'm going to post it here. I think it's Big Southern Cooking or something Southern Cooking. He said, this is the best content for the Army or something on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. That really means a lot right there. I appreciate that. And if one person enjoys this, then that's a win for me. Okay, guys, let's get into this one today. This one, you're probably not going to believe it. There's a lot of people who are going to say this shit is cap. I'm telling you, this is a great story today. DUIs on Fort Hood. Let's go. So I did not consider myself a bad soldier. I did a lot of bad things that I got caught for. A lot of these guys were doing the same stuff that I was doing. They were not getting caught for it. I was getting caught. So I've actually talked to some people and they're like, sounds like you were kind of a bad soldier. I wasn't a great soldier. I got into a lot of trouble. But as in the job of being a soldier, when it came to Iraq and stuff and like, let's go on patrol, I'm ready, let's go. Like, I was a good soldier in that aspect. I was not a great soldier in garrison. Garrison is like where you are stationed, like Fort Hood or Fort Bragg or Fort Campbell. I wasn't great in the garrison aspect. You give me too much freedom. I'm still like, you're allowed to do civilian things. I was still walking that road of being immature and out of control. So I don't want to say I was a bad soldier. I definitely did some bad things and I got caught for it. Here's the story today about something that I got caught for. So when you are going to deploy to Iraq, this was for my second deployment, you go to a training center. The first time I went to Iraq, I went to Fort Polk, Louisiana at JRTC. That's the Joint Readiness Training Center. We trained there for a month. We came back for a couple months. Then we deployed to Iraq. This time was different. Going into our second deployment, I knew I was going to be stop-loss for that deployment. I felt some kind of way about that. This isn't fair. This is BS. I'm not a fan of this. I don't want to do this deployment. This sucks. Me and a bunch of other guys felt the same way. We're supposed to get out. Not having it. Doesn't matter. The Army said you're going to do this deployment. You're going to do it. Whatever. So this time we go to the National Training Center. The National Training Center is in Fort Irwin, California. Same kind of thing. They built a pretty much small Iraq out there, and you're going to live out there for 30 to 35 days and train and kind of run like an operation out there. It is actually good training. All right? It does kind of get you a little bit prepared for some of the things you might be dealing with. All right? So we get back from the National Training Center. We're going to deploy here in, I think it was almost a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I'm not sure. But it was around that time frame. So here we go. So we get back from the National Training Center. I know we're deploying to Iraq in probably about a month and a half. I think it's around them timelines. I am all day off the chains going wild, doing things I should not be doing. Not so much drugs, but drinking constantly, random girls all the time, bringing these girls back to Fort Hood, which was okay to do that, by the way. Like, say you met a girl at a bar or something, she could get on post as long as she has her ID and she's with you. You have your military ID, you have this. She could get on post. Doesn't say a lot about these girls. They're going to let you jam them up in the barracks. But, a lot of these chicks would. That wasn't I'm not saying every night, I was that much of a G. But it was a couple times a week. I would meet chicks. I'd bring them back to the barracks, smash, whatever. And then dip out, get them gone before PT or whatever we had to do. I was living wild. I was living reckless. I fell in love with a bar, okay? This bar. was called Silver Wings. I will put a picture up of it. This was a double wide trailer. Okay? This, I want to say, was out the west gate of Fort Hood, because you had your east gate that took you out to Rancier, you had your main gate that took you out to the main drag there. I think South Gate was like for the training, like you're going out to the training exercises. I want to say this was West Gate. West Gate took you very small gate, okay? Like usually one or two gate guards or security guards. This usually process to get in and out of this gate took a second. You ride by, just flash your ID, boom, you're in. You're on Fort Hood. And going off, you don't need to show an ID, but coming on, you do. So we fell in love with this place, Silver Wings. Me and my buddy Tool, LeBon, everybody, we used to go there. I even went there with a couple of officers. Like, this was our spot. You could get crazy there. There was a bunch of fights here. The people there were there to play pool, to dance, to have fun. It was a cool bar. I mean, it was a double-wide trailer they turned into a bar. So we went to this bar a lot. I met a lot of girls there. I started actively dating a Russian chick there. We'll get into her in another video. That's a whole wild scene in itself. However, we would go to Silver Wings all the time. We had fun. We loved this place. It was cool. It was right out the west gate. Get on and off real quick. I actually got kind of tight with the security or a gate guard there, because one time I brought a chick back that I was supposed to. This guy, he knew me because I go out this gate all the time. I was done messing around with the main gate and stuff. There's always traffic and everything. I got tight with this guy and I always say what's up, and we talk for a minute. Cool black dude, and he would check my ID. I came back one night with a chick and she did not have her ID, and I was like, what the hell? Like, we're at the gate. Like, where's your ID? And he had noticed me and recognized me, and he was cool, and he was like, look, man, she's good to go on, man. Like, just don't let this happen again. He was cool. I don't remember his name, but whatever. So I messed with the West Gate. It went to my bar. This is where I was. Let's get into this moving forward. I am at Silver Wings one night, drinking, playing pool. I meet a nice girl. I don't remember her name. I remember her friend's name, but we'll get into that moving forward. So we're hanging out. We're dancing. I notice we're getting close. It happens at bars. We've all been there. It happens. I am there with one of my infantry buddies, Evans. Evans just decides that he's going to leave. I think he went to go meet up with a girl. We say goodbye, whatever. I'm there by myself at that point. It's not uncommon. The bartenders knew me. People knew me there. I was always a pretty happy guy. Hey, do a shot. Yeah, whatever, I was kind of a generous drinker. That's what it was. Talking to this girl, we're hanging out. It's that time. Hey, you want to go back? You trying to hang out tonight? You want to come back? And she's like, well, where? Like, to your house? I'm like, I mean, I live on post. She's like, do you have a house on post? I'm like, I'm in the barracks. But at this point, before our second deployment, they had moved us into single-man rooms. It was pretty much a stack building that all the soldiers lived in. But we shared a bathroom, we shared a kitchen, but we had two separate rooms. Okay, so we had a kitchen and like a long little kitchen, and we had a bathroom that we shared, but we had our own private rooms that were attached together, pretty much two to a room. So I told her, I was like, nah, but I got kind of my own spot, my own room. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Ain't nobody gonna be around me or anything. She's like, okay, well, let's go. I'm thinking, yes, let's go. Put this one in the bag. So we're going out to my car. I'm even a gentleman about it. I open the door for her. Hey, go ahead, get in, All right, get ready to walk around. Start my car. All right, you ready? And I asked her, you got your ID right? She's like, yeah, I got my ID. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. Her girlfriend. I don't know the girl's name that is actually in my car. But I remember this. This girl comes running out. No. You are not taking her. And the girl kind of looks at me and she's like, that's my friend Tasha. And I'm like, Tasha, huh? Okay. Tasha. No, she is not going with you. Get out of the car. You are not going with him. No. No, ma'am. Get out of the car. She's grabbing the door handle. I'm trying to hit the lock button real quick. Like, don't fuck this up for me, and she's like, no, She opens the door and the girl inside the car is like getting out. I'm like, for real? You're going to leave? Like, I thought you wanted to come back. She's like, my friend's going to be mad at me. I'm like, God damn it, Tasha. Like, all right, whatever. So she gets out of the car. I was like, all right, well, this is great. I'm mad. I'm like, throw that chick the you're number one in my book. And then, fuck this. I'm going back on Fort Hood. I'm done for the night. I'm done with this shit. This is where it gets really good. Now, I can say this honestly. I am not drunk. I have been drinking, but I am not drunk. Am I probably over the legal limit? Yes. But am I drunk? No. I remember this clearly. I am not drunk. However, I am exhausted for all the partying I have been doing. My eyes are red. Like, I am tired. Didn't stop me from trying to bring this chick back, but like, I know I'm not drunk. So, I drive back through the West Gate. My security guard that I usually see and I usually talk to, he is not there. All right? So I pull in. It's where you pull in and just show your ID real quick, and usually, pop, you're in there on post. They have this thing that happens every now and then. Just so happened that I was subjected to this. They do a random search on vehicles getting on and off Fort Hood. So, I pull up, I pull my ID out. Hey, sir, how you doing today? I'm pretty good. Okay. He's like, hey, look, just letting you know, you've randomly been selected for a search. I've been through this before. They're not searching the inside of your car, okay? They're going to ask you to open your trunk. They're going to walk around your vehicle with this little mirror thing on a wand and kind of make sure you don't have any bombs or anything. This process can take like usually 2 to 3 minutes. It's no big deal. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I pull over in this little area they have at the gate for this search. I take my keys out of the ignition and I throw them on the dash. All right? They do their check. Security guy's talking to me. How you doing? You know, where you coming from tonight? I'm like, I'm coming from my girlfriend's house. I always make up some bullshit. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't ever say, I'm leaving the bar. Don't say that shit. But I'm talking to this guy. He comes around. All right. You're free to go. I don't know what possessed me to say this. Clearly, I thought I don't know if it was more sober than I was or whatever, but I am looking for my keys. I'm looking over in the seat. I'm looking over. I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking at him. He's like, is everything all right? I was like, yeah, I'm just looking for my keys. And he just looks over at the dash where I had thrown my keys about 2 minutes prior. And I was like, oh, okay, there they are. And he was like, you know what? Go ahead and just leave those keys right there. Shit. No, sorry, I didn't realize I put them up there. No. Your eyes are really red. I know where this is going. The next person I'm going to see is the military police. And this is where I meet a gentleman. And I am going to put this fucking guy's name out there. Because this guy was all day, every day, an asshole. This is my first time I met him. But this encounter here, this is why cops get a bad rep. Let's start moving into the beef of this story. This sergeant, military police sergeant, E5, comes up to me. How you doing? And he says my name, my rank, how you doing? Yeah, so apparently the gate guard thinks that you might be under the influence. He's called me. Step out of the vehicle. Okay. He immediately gets out this breathalyzer. Now, this sergeant's name is Sergeant Hasky. I'll even spell that shit. Hasky. This guy was an asshole. There's a lot of cool cops I met in my life. You choose to be an asshole. This guy was not one of them. This guy was a dick. Straight up asshole. All right? So, he looks at my ID. He's like, okay, check it out. So, what I'm going to get you to do here is, and I see him getting out the breathalyzer. I see him getting it out. Now, I know I'm not drunk, but I know I'm probably going to blow hot if I blow in that thing. So, he's like, I'm going to need you to blow in this for me. I said, I'm not blowing in that. I'm not blowing in that. So, you're refusing to do this. He's like, you do realize if you refuse to do this, you're putting handcuffs on. We're going to charge you with it anyways. It is what it is. You're going to face justice. And they're going to suspend your license on driving on Fort Hood for a year. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm getting ready to deploy to Iraq for a year. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm kind of mad about not being able to bring that chick back. Mad about being stop-loss. Mad about all kinds of shit in my life. Immature, dumb, selfish. It's who I was. I'm not blowing in that thing. Okay, no problem. Go ahead and put your hands behind my back. And like I'm thinking now, I did not say this. I'm thinking, man, ain't the first time I had some jewelry put on. Go ahead. Fucking right there. Put them on. When you ever get handcuffs put on, who has ever had handcuffs put on? Usually they put them on and then they're going to release them a little bit. Once they're tight, they might take it back a click. So okay, the cuffs are on, but they're not as tight as they could possibly be. This guy is not like this. You fucking dick, Sergeant Haskey. He clicks them all the way snug, and then he goes 2 clicks more. Click, click. Them bitches hurt. They really hurt. Like, they were cutting off the circulation to my hands, and I kind of looked back, and I was like, hey, can you loosen these a little bit? Like, these are really tight. And he was like, it's Sergeant Haskey. And I was like, hey, Sergeant Haskey, can you loosen these fucking handcuffs? These things are really tight. You'll be okay. We'll be back at the jail in a second. The MP station on Fort Hood. I was like, what the fuck, you know? So, puts me in the back of his cruiser or his whatever military vehicle. I think it was like it doesn't matter. Fuck, it doesn't matter. So anyways, the police station is not very far. Maybe a mile. This guy, now the whole time we're chirping at each other. He's been drinking tonight. I was like, no. You've been doing this, you've been doing that, talking shit to me while I'm in the backseat. And I was like, look, I'm done talking. You know, you're taking me to jail anyways. I don't care. You know, and you proved to me, if you were a cool guy, I might talk to you, but you've been an asshole this entire time anyways. So, we should be going on Battalion Avenue to go to the MP station. This guy does not do that. This guy makes a right on Support Avenue. It's a road that runs parallel with it. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, the MP station's right there. He's like, shut your mouth. I'm like, this motherfucker. So he knows they got these handcuffs on that are killing my hands. He drives all the way down Support Avenue, past 3 Corps, over to the 4th Infantry Division side. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Like, why are you driving this far? Why can't you just take me to the station? It's back there like 20 fucking streets. Like, what are you doing? Shut your mouth. All right, motherfucker. I got your ass. So he makes a U-turn, goes all the way back. There was no reason why this guy did this other to be a straight dickhead. Gets me to the MP station. Here we go now. So at the MP station, I walk in. I'm still wearing these tight-ass handcuffs, destroying my wrists. See a couple of other MPs. See this. There is a guy at the MP station. This guy clearly is not military. He is a cop, all-day cop. It's probably a cop they had in Killeen, Texas. He is there. He is going to give me a field sobriety test. I see this little breathalyzer machine. I'm like, yeah. They're like, so you're refusing to blow in this? I was like, I'm not blowing in that. Not doing that. Okay, you mind doing another test for me? Now the cops here, they make 3 major mistakes. Okay? Which we'll get into when I actually go to court for this shit. So, first thing he does, they don't ask me if I have any underlying medical issues, if there's something bad that would hinder me from doing these exercises they're about to put me through. They don't ask me this stuff. Not that I had any medical issues or anything. Go ahead and put your left... They tell me to stand in this square. It's a small-ass square in the middle of this small-ass room that I'm in. Go ahead and raise your left leg. Stand on 1 foot. I'm on this 1 foot for probably... They wanted me to do it for like a minute. That's a long time to stand on 1 leg with your other leg out, just stretched out. I think I got to whatever, 50 seconds or some shit, and then I kind of like lost my balance or whatever, or put my leg down. He was like, yep, got you right there. I was like, you just had me stand on 1 foot for like fucking an hour. Like, what? Who even does that? If you're drunk, you're not standing on 1 foot for 8 seconds. Like, I'm like, all right. So he has me do it on the other foot. I actually make it the whole 60 seconds on that one. Kind of surprising myself on that one. He's like, all right, put it down. He's like, yeah, but you had that one little stumble. Strike 1 right there. Strike 1 was I refused to blow. This is strike 2. Now he's going to get to this thing where they try to get the pen test, where you stare at a pen, stare at it with your eyes, and they're trying to get where your eyes will, like, you'll turn your head or something. I forget what the name of that shit is, but whatever. It's something the cops do to see if you're drunk. So they do this. Now, I have no clue that I am being filmed for this. I have no idea. These cops are not happy with me. I'm not happy with them. I'm not saying really anything disrespectful. I'm really not. I'm kind of like being quiet. At this point, especially if you ever go to jail or something like that, just be quiet. Don't talk any more shit. You are there. The punishment is always going to happen to you anyways. Just accept what it is. You're there. They're going to charge you. You're getting booked. It's what's happening. Accept it. I'm kind of being quiet. They ask me all the time, you been drinking? No. I'm just really tired. You been drinking? No. Like I said, I just told you, I'm just very tired. He does his pen check, does this, that. You know what? I got enough on him. Put him in the cell. All right. I knew this shit was going to happen anyways. It's not new. It's probably the first time I've been locked up on Fort Hood, but not the first time I've been locked up in general. So, pops this cell, puts me in this, gets like a drunk tank. I go in. And as soon as I'm walking into this cell, I hear the cop that's putting me in yell at someone else that is in the little cell blocks there. There's 2 cells. And he yells, hey, you're going to pay for that fucking camera that you threw a shoe at, by the way. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? I didn't throw a shoe. I look over. Who do I see in the other jail cell? Kevin Toole. My buddy that I used to go out with, drinking with all the time. A good friend of mine. We've been to this bar, Silver Wings, a million times together. We did not even hang out that night. Not even a little bit. He sees me, I see him. We start dying laughing. We are laughing. We are rolling. We are both in a cage at this point, in 2 separate cells. We are dying laughing. Apparently, Kevin had gotten a DUI that night somewhere on Fort Hood. They lock him up. He had taken his shoe off and thrown it at the security camera in the actual jail cell and broke the camera. We are dying laughing. I stop laughing eventually, and Toole's still laughing. I'm like, what's so funny, man? He's like, so this is how it works. When you get in trouble in the military, they're going to send your platoon sergeant or your platoon leader or somebody from your company that's going to come pick you up at jail. He's thinking, I'm waiting for our higher NCO to get here. I see you come in. I'm thinking, damn, they sent Twig to come pick me up. Like, we're dying laughing because, like, I'm an enlisted guy. I'm a Joe. Like, we're dying laughing. So here we go. So I have a new platoon sergeant at this point, Sergeant Siebert. Pretty cool guy. He liked me. I ended up being his gunner for that pretty much entire deployment to Iraq. But anyways, he's the guy that comes to pick me up. Sergeant Zapata, pretty sure is the guy, or even Lieutenant Hefty is the guy that comes. We'll get into Lieutenant Hefty another time, but Lieutenant Hefty comes to pick up Toole. Sergeant Siebert comes to pick me up. Now, these guys are not happy. It's the middle of the night, and they've been called to come pick you up. They're not happy with you. Sergeant Siebert had only been at our unit for probably a couple months. I have already caused this guy more bullshit from being an asshole soldier. This guy is not happy, but he was being cool with me. I tell him what happened and everything, and so we exit. When you get in trouble in the military, like I say, you do not fail as an individual, you fail as a whole. So they're going to bring your entire company or your entire troop in the following morning for some kind of corrective action by something stupid that I did or a soldier did. I know this is going to happen. I get back to the barracks. I go to sleep. In the morning, I'm getting a knock on my door. Get your fucking ass out here. It's a full company formation. I'm thinking, fuck. That means everybody I know, everybody's coming out. All the higher NCOs, the first sergeant, probably the commander too. It's going to be bad, and it's all because of me. And everybody's thinking, like, what'd you and Toole do last night? I was like, I wasn't even hanging out with that fucking guy last night. We weren't even hanging out. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, we weren't even together. Bullshit, I know you guys hang out all the time. We do, but we weren't hanging out last night. I promise. We weren't hanging out. Like, I promise you, we weren't. So they're smoking me, push-ups and everything. Like, I'm an all-day asshole because, like, you know, I feel bad that I brought everybody in on a Saturday to come hang out, and it's no good. It's no good for anybody. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm distraught. I am saying fuck this shit. As soon as I can get access to my vehicle again, I'm dipping. I'm leaving. Fuck this shit. I'm done. It's the wrong thing to do. Just face the jury. Just deal with your punishment. Okay? You messed up. Own it. Be about it. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to go. So I decide to leave. As soon as I get access to my car, I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm going AWOL. Never done this in the military. Absent without leave. I've never done it. I didn't go far. Cabby lived off post, so I'm going to Cabby's house. I go to Cabby's house. I'm done with this shit. I can't do this shit anymore. I know I'm in trouble from not just military justice, okay, but from the actual Texas, like, DUI shit. Like, I know this is going to be bad. I got to go to court for that. I got to deal with my troop punishment. I'm not thinking clearly. Fuck this. I'm going AWOL. It's a bad choice. Don't ever go AWOL. Okay? Don't ruin everything for you just making poor choices. You just face your punishment and just do it. I'm only like 5 minutes away from the actual post. I'm staying at Cabby's house for a couple days. Fuck this. I'm not picking up my phone. Turn my phone off. Everything. I'm sure when I turned that thing back on, there was like 27 voicemails from the troop. Like, a lot of these guys know where I'm at. Like, they know I'm at Cabby's house. They're like, yeah, he's at Cabby's house. Like, eventually, I break down. I call my mom and dad. I'm really upset. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm fucking done with this. They could kick me out. I don't care. I was not the best soldier at that time, okay? I thought it was the end of the world. I thought I was never going to recover from this. Life is never going to get any better. This is it. This is the end for me. I really thought that shit. Like, I'm pretty sure Tool went AWOL too. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Tool actually did go AWOL for a little bit. But anyways, I don't want to go back to the unit. I'm done with the Army. My dad convinces me. He's like, son, you've messed up before. It's okay. All right, we love you. You need to go back. You need to go back. I'm all kinds of just going to drinking bender and crying and shit and real bitch shit. My dad says, look, you got to go back. You have to go back. You have to. Just go back. Sergeant Lindsay is now my first sergeant. Sergeant Lindsay and I have known each other for a while, for years. Contact him. Twig, just come back. Just come back. Okay? Just come back. I don't know, for a sergeant, I'm going to get fucked up. He's like, look, one way or another, you got to come back. You're not leaving. You're not that guy. Come on, I know you. I've served with you. You're not that guy. Come back. Just come back. So I get in my car. I come back. I know what's in store for me. Everyone actually, they're out doing some kind of a training exercise when I come back. Get your stuff. You're going out to the field. Okay. Get out to the field. I know some guys are mad at me. I'm mad at myself. Probably caused a whole lot of pain and shit on my end. And a lot of guys just mad at me. Instantly, we get out to the training that we're doing. I get put somewhere else. Nope, you're on KP duty. That's kitchen duty. Out in the field, we got this big-ass tent where they cook the food for everybody. All the cooks are out there. I'm pretty much washing dishes for the next, 2 weeks, living out in the field. And this is before I've received any kind of UCMJ, Uniform Code Military Justice shit, or anything for Texas or whatever. Everyone expresses how unhappy they are with me, how much of a shitbag I am, and I know. I was running wild. I was getting crazy. I deserve every bit of what I got. At the time, I did not think so. But now, 20 years later, not 20, but whatever, I knew I should have got what I got. So we come back from the field. I am indefinitely at the barracks. I'm not leaving the barracks. You're not going anywhere. It's not happening. It's just not happening. You're not going anywhere. But now we start to face the actual justice system, not for the company yet, or not for the troop yet, but for actual Texas law. This is when I meet my lawyer. I actually was given a public defender because, like I said, I need to face them charges. for the state of Texas. I meet my lawyer. Holy shit, let's go. Sergeant Siebert takes me to court. I'm going to court for this DUI for the state of Texas. I meet my public defender. This guy, white dude, probably in his 50s. We're talking. He's talking to me. He's talking to my platoon sergeant. He's like, and he says to me, hey, look, I think I can get you off on this. I'm looking at this guy like, what? You can get me off on this? He's like, look, they made some mistakes. I've seen the video footage. I think I can get you off on this. Ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'm guilty. No. I'm telling you, I think I can get you off on this. He said they didn't ask you if you had any underlying medical conditions. Hey, you have a bad back or something, right? We could pitch that. And I was like, well, goddamn, we sure could. We could say that. You were extremely tired. Subject somebody to a sobriety test when they're totally tired. That's not fair. I'm like, and who the fuck got me Johnny Cochran as my like? How did I end up with this guy? This is my public defender? Like, what? My platoon sergeant's like, man, he's talking some shit. Like, he could actually get you off this shit. I'm like, okay. Like, all right. Who else do I see in the courthouse? Sergeant Haskey's bitch ass. I see that guy down there. He's not talking to me. Kind of looking over at me, mean mugging me every now and then. Fuck you, Sergeant Haskey. Just letting you know that. If I haven't said it once, I'll say it again. Suck a dick. So anyways, we're going to court. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, everybody's there. My platoon sergeant's in the back. What would have happened if I was found guilty? Because we deployed to Iraq in like less than 30 days at this point. I'm serious. Like, it was like maybe 2 weeks we were deploying to Iraq for 12 months. They were saying if I was found guilty, I would go do this deployment and then come back and then face the mandatory 30 days in jail. I'm like, fuck. So I got to be stop loss for this deployment, go do the fucking deployment. Whatever happens there happens. And then I got to come back when I was supposed to be getting out of the Army and go do 30 days in jail and then get out of the Army? Like, what is this shit? My public defender. He brings up the sheriff or whoever that guy was that did the sobriety test and everything. He grills this fucking guy. Do you think it was fair to make him stand on one foot for 60 seconds? Your Honor, that's a long time to make anybody stand on one leg. And the judge is looking up there like a grain. I'm like, the fuck is this? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? What? What is happening right now? This is a thing? Oh, and by the way, that test you did, there's a name for it. I can't remember. With the pen, he's like, how many of those have you administered in your life? And he's like, this guy, he's an all-day idiot. He was like, probably at least 100,000. He looks over, he was like, how long have you been a police officer? He's like, about 15 years. He said, 100,000 of these tests? So you are an expert in this field, clearly. And even the judge was like, wow, it's a lot, 100,000 there. And he's like, I'm thinking, like, what the hell? Like, I see Sergeant Haskey over on the other side. Just mean mugging me and shit. Fuck him. Don't care. Doesn't matter to me. We go through this trial thing. It only lasts like a couple hours or whatever. My lawyer has pitched it. This man was tired. He refused the breathalyzer because he had had one beer and he didn't want to be found guilty. That's what I said. That's what we agreed to say. I just went back. This guy told me the whole time, he was like, this is my public defender or whatever. He was like, shut your fucking mouth. Don't say anything. We're not going to put you on the stand. Nothing. Literally, you were tired. That is all. You got it, dude. I'm not saying anything. Absolutely not. No way. He grills the Sergeant Haskey. He makes him feel stupid. I noticed the guy had bruises on his wrist as well. I did have bruises from these fucking handcuffs. He's like, he said that you could have actually hurt something in this guy's hand, and like, he put everybody on blast. I don't know where or how, or the good Lord above was looking out for me, giving me this public defender. He grilled everybody in that courtroom. Judge, I'm ready to sentence here. I'm like, all right, well, let's fucking take it. It's probably going to be guilty. I don't believe that this young man was intoxicated. And matter of fact, I believe you guys were very aggressive with him. Me? A victim? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. I'm gonna find this guy not guilty on this. Ah! Not guilty? I'm not guilty? Oh my God. You're dismissed. Holy shit. This happened. I'm walking out. Sergeant Haskey. Now I see this mofo. Mean mugging me. We're walking out of the courthouse. I have my platoon sergeant to my left. Sergeant Haskey walks around me to get to his cruiser or whatever. And I was like, I'm a cocky fucking asshole. I was like, Sergeant, the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why. But like, clearly I was guilty, but I was an idiot, whatever. And he was like, yeah, you can go and shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I was like, I said, Haskey, it came through. I didn't say sergeant. I said, Haskey, it came through. And he comes up to me. My platoon sergeant's back to me. My platoon sergeant is an E7. He's a sergeant first class. Shut your fucking mouth. He tries to smoke me, like, in the parking lot. He's like, go do some fucking push-ups. Ballsy, because I got my platoon sergeant next to me, Sergeant Siebert. Actually, you know what? No. You're not doing any fucking push-ups. He locks Sergeant Haskey up at parade rest. Get it fucking parade rest. Who do you think you're talking to? Talking to my soldiers like that. Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm an E7. You want to come at me with that shit? Like, so I see Sergeant Haskey at parade rest. Like, I see Sergeant Haskey locked up. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, the gates have come open now. And he is up in this guy's shit. Who do you think you are? You think you ain't shit. You ain't nobody. I'm loving life. Guys, we exit. A little bit later, I deployed to Iraq for my second deployment. I don't know how I got out of this. I'm not sure. I was not the best soldier. By the grace of God, I got out of this one. It happened. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your comments. Shout out to everybody who's watching and viewing this. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to keep kicking these videos out. I'm going to keep kicking out the story of what it was. Thank you so much. I love you guys all. Please take care.